Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Jack, and welcome to my channel, I guess. I don't really have any else to say except let's just get into the main content of this video. Alright, for this video, I figured we start off with some simple modifications and switcheroos of my personal favorite blaster, the Nerf Alpha Trooper, the Elite one to be exact, obviously. I've got two here. This one is of personal friends, and then this is my version, the Happy Reaper. Yes, I know the name is kind of cringe. I came up with it a long time ago. Now, what I plan to do is get these both end war ready. With this one in particular, some light modifications, and with mine, I've got an upgrade kit from Containment Crew that I plan to put in. The main problem with this one is that you can't see it from here, but the detent spring for the dart gate, the little thing that's supposed to keep the dart in, is broken. And what that ends up meaning is that the dart often falls out when it's at any sort of angle. So, easy fix for that. I'm just going to take it from the Recon Mark II. Why the Recon Mark II? Well, because I can put an upgrade kit in this, and the detent spring and that whole mechanism won't even matter. So I'd say it's a pretty fair trade-off. And then I'm also going to be taking some of the parts from the Happy Reaper and putting it in this blaster, specifically the whatchamacallit, I'm blanking out on the name, but basically where the dart goes into the seal-in piece, just because I need the air restrictor from that mechanism for the Containment Crew kit, because it's recommended, and mine has the air restrictor taken out of it. So that'll give this a little bit more power, and it'll be much more safe for the lifespan of my blaster to run it. So without further ado, I'm just gonna start opening this up. I've basically opened up this one except for the back pieces, but I might as well say why I decided to start this channel for those of you who care. I describe myself as a decent modder. I wouldn't say I'm especially talented, but I'm not the worst. However, the thing I can offer is the fact that it took me a while to get to a point where I can say I was happy with my modding. I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I broke a few blasters, yada, yada, yada. So I learned a lot of things from those experiences that I feel are beneficial for other people who are beginning modders to know. On top of that, I have a lot of crazy ideas, and I will stress test things beyond belief to figure out even small problems and then fix them. So I can really offer some unique insight into some of the weak points of blasters and things such as that. I said I had opened this, but it is having some annoying problems, which often does occur. The screws sometimes like fall back into place and like get tightened by half a rotation. So if this thing will open at any point, I'm just gonna cut to that area, so hang tight. Alright, it's open. It took less time than if I had just left it, all the screws tightened completely, but more time than I would have liked for it to be worth it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is actually take the spring, because my friend's Alpha Trooper has had the same spring since 2013 when he got his. It's been left out in the rain. It's been left primed. I just figured it would probably be for the best to just get a better spring. And once again, will be switching out the spring with a better one when I decide to put in a kit with that. Okay, this is annoying. So yeah, stay. Okay, so this mechanism right here is the one I gotta take out, so we're just gonna start, moving some stuff. And I'm gonna probably need to unscrew this little guy right here. Yeah. get out. I have pliers. Why aren't I using them? Okay. And then this goes here. Probably should have grabbed the bowl or something to put all my parts in. But who really cares? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So with that, you're just gonna stick mechanism. Okay, or not. Be difficult. Be that way. This was the part that I was talking about, where Dark goes in, where it has the air restrictors removed, that I would need to use. I probably can't use this one in the in mine, just because different mechanisms. If I can, I might, because then I don't even need to switch out and a bunch of annoying stuff. But it's this spring and mechanism right here that I was talking about, because the dart goes against this, and because it's on a detent, this is always providing a little bit of pressure against the dart that's squishing it between it and the walls, just enough that the dart will stay in. Now, like I said, on my friend's, he doesn't have that, so the dart falls out. Thing is, it's held in by a pin. Focus. Oh, yes. It's held in by a pin right there. I'm gonna need something small enough to hammer that out. I'm thinking a nail will probably, a little nail will do it, and do it right. This mechanism probably gets replaced in an upgrade kit. I should have checked first. However, my friend values, because this is my friend's recon as well, because, you know, I'm not gonna, I mean, I would use my own blasters to help fix others, but I would prefer not to first. Ball peen hammer it, just to, but I'm sure that I can probably, this mechanism probably gets replaced anyway. So, it's all good in the neighborhood. Okay, this is going to be, line it up. Down now. It's slipping through the clasp. Okay, I'm going to see if, maybe if I'm going through this way. Okay, and then it's not going to hold. Watching me struggle. Very, very fun. Very entertaining. Okay, so this is one of those things where I'm between just pausing it because I'm wasting your time and keeping the video going just to show you the process. But I think you kind of got the general gist of this in terms of you're hammering a pin out with a small object. So I'm gonna sand this tip down so it's a lot more flat so it won't slip. And then I'm gonna cut to when I have the pin and the detent spring out. Alright, I have knocked down the pin just enough to get the little detent spring out. So there it is. I'm going to set that aside in a place where it's not going to be lost, hopefully. And then we might as well get into putting in this, seeing if it works. Then I got to open up mine to pull out the dart pusher and all this mechanism. And then I got to put in, then once I got this one in working order, I am going to put my containment crew kit into mine, and hopefully it will be beautiful. So, you know, just so I don't confuse parts, I'm just kind of going to throw everything into the recon shell that came from it. Not in any particular order, it's just so I can make sure I keep the pieces together. Once again, I will be modifying this, so it doesn't really matter. Just to get it out of my way. So, give me another second. Alright, so let's get into this. Actually, let me, I can probably just find a little thing here to catch. See, I'm doing this as I go. So, even I don't know how this is gonna play out. No one could watch this video. No one likely will, but it would still be a fun project. I'm going to grab a cup again, so stand by one more time for me, please. Alright, cup acquired. Let's go. That one actually was with a bunch of screws and parts. I think from when I attempted to mod my friends, that was a trooper, and failed miserably. Basically, I tried to mod it, for some reason it failed. I'm assuming because I didn't understand the mechanism of the slam fire and stuff. Failed miserably, so long story short, I ended up just stripping it for parts. He was okay with it. I still feel bad about it, obviously, considering I broke someone else's blaster. But, you know, things happen. Yeah. You can't see that. Sorry about the bad filming here. This is a first for me, obviously. So, there we go. Hallelujah. Alright, so the access door I might actually shave down. Mine doesn't have it at all, but he might like the look of it, so I can shave it down so it can be used during that. Spring is... I mean, it's going to be around the same. Actually, this one feels like it's a little bit weaker, even. I might put a better spring in, but minor details. Locks. I have forgotten. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, this was one of the locks. Because it prevents you from going back on the priming thing. And it's annoying. It causes me great pain, suffering, and anguish. So, we shall remove it. I can always put it back in. I'm going to have to open up mine, which has its locks removed anyway. So, no biggie there. However, I would recommend for people doing first-time modding to watch videos of people doing the modifications that you want to it first, just to get an idea. Because not doing it like that is a fantastic way to mess things up. Okay, so let me just start. Ooh, he's missing the spring here. Very interesting. I don't even know how that got lost. I also have an upgraded catch spring for his. I'm just going to probably rip it from the Containment Crew kit, because I've got a upgraded catch spring in mine. You know, basic plunger tube, mech. Comes out. The O-ring. I should also upgrade the O-rings on both. Man, ideas are popping into my head as I'm looking at this, because this is such an old O-ring. Rubber has seen better days, definitely. Alright. And then we're going to steal the spring. It's a weak spring, but still a spring. This I'm setting to the side just in case I do need it. And then this whole hoopla will come out. And there we go. Beautiful. This is the part that I'm ripping right here. Probably this too, because I don't feel like taking the pin. I don't feel like removing the pin just to put in the same mechanism, you know, doesn't really make sense. So, anyway, as you can see here, the detent spring kind of kerploded itself and wrapped, focus, and wrapped around the underside to here. I don't even know how it happened. However, that does mean, ooh, that is interesting as well. So it's a little bit thicker. It should still work, but the gate is gone completely. I didn't even notice that. Once again, no big deal. I should be able to take it from the recon, and it should work out fine. So just give me a sec while I do it. I'm back. Here it is. Really hoping this works, because I want my friend to have the joys of the Alpha Trooper again. Alright, I'm gonna work on getting things in frame, Jack. Okay, so we're just gonna remove this piece and this spring. I'm gonna set it actually to the side right here instead, just so I can remember that that spring goes there. And where did I put that piece? Right here. It's the same size, and I do think, I do believe, I do declare, Mr. Beauregard, it should work, I think. It should work. Like that. Yeah. It's smaller than the other one, but I don't think that's actually going to be a problem, which is fantastic. So this is already loose, and since I have so much access to it, I'm just going to try and kind of jimmy it up. Yeah, like that. With the pliers. Okay. Oh, that is just painful to look at. I feel... Okay, I thought I was recording for a second. I got scared. Yeah, fish hook. Ooh. So, that's exploded in there. That's dead. Dead to us. So, I'm gonna start shoving this in. Now, I just gotta remember the way that this is oriented. Anyway, it should go... Yeah. Okay, so... I think I figured out the direction. And this should go... No. This is gonna be quite the annoying process. However, we are here for it. So I should just a little bit of patience. Alright, so good news and bad news. Good news and bad news, it does this hoopla. We're just gonna stay. So I'm gonna see if I can put a little bit of oil on it. And that might help. I'm assuming it's because the little this piece is just a little bit too, has a bit too small of a hole for the pin. So it's causing too much friction. That was more oil than I anticipated. However, I can always wipe it off. So we're gonna just come on now. Come on. I might play around with some of these tolerances. I really just got this mech together. I would really prefer to not have this be the case of me having to undo it, widen out the hole again. Because I know that this detent spring is fine. Is it touching anything else? Is it just... No, I think it's just that pin. Fudge muffins. Okay, so, you know, we're gonna leave that piece there for now, and just kind of let the oil soak in. Maybe it'll do something. If it doesn't, I'll come back. However, we're instead now going to open my one, and we're gonna see how that one goes. So main difference mine, as you've no doubt noticed, is the beautiful Forga right there. It's, I mean, it does the job. So obviously this goes in by both paracord, some cheap paracord wraps around it, and these little, not little, actually quite large compared to Nerf ones, but these screws with washers on them that go in through the hole, the sling mount in the back. And that does a really good job of helping keep it in place. Okay, so no, that isn't a lock. See, very, very important. I'm assuming I see what was a lock on this one. So I'm gonna remove that and at the same time put this back in real quick. Quickly dickly dick. Alright. Well, we still got more stuff to do, so I'd say let's take it out. Alright, so there's a long strike spring. It does cause, okay, there's too many straps and stuff. Okay, so long strike spring. As you can see, it is about the same size. It's a little bit longer. This mine has always had kind of a messy catch mechanism, so I think this will be fun to put in my my friend, especially when I upgrade the catch spring on his. However, right now we are this is the upgraded catch spring that I was talking about before. Remove this, and then this is obviously the air restrictor missing. I'm also going to see as a little thingamajiggy-majig, if I can, in fact, I believe I have some O-rings around that. I believe I have some O-rings around that I can put on this. If this is not a new O-ring, I might have put on a new O-ring for this. So I'm going to put on another one. As you can see, I did kind of mess up when I had been making this. But it still works. Still gets a good seal. So, I'm going to set this one to the side. And, you know what? We're going to, because my brother's, the other one is done, we're going to start putting in the containment group kit. So, give me a sec while I grab that and also get another O-ring for this. Back, couldn't find the O-rings, so we're just gonna leave this one in. Got the cap, got the spring. Once again, this is one I'll put in my friends. And then of course we got this spring. I'm hoping that this having a stiffer priming bar is really gonna help, because with any spring that I put in, there tends to be a thing that happens where sorry, this testing spring. Tends to be a thing where I will get sometimes where I prime and it just doesn't catch. So I'm hoping increasing the thickness and stiffness of this priming bar will do it right. This is rusty as all heck. Okay, this is it. I mean, like, I can. It just bends. It's bendy. This one is bendy, but far less so. At least I hope so. That's the hope, right? So I'm gonna put everything back in. Everything on mine works, and I want to see what sort of a difference it makes. Okay, yeah. Oh, God darn it. Tis stuck. No. Okay, wait. Turn and pull. Points to anyone in the comments who can tell me what movie that's from. Shouldn't be too difficult. I really don't know. You know what? Fine. We'll play your little game here. We'll play your little game. This piece will just simply go into the back end cap like so. And yes, that is the chamfered edge. That'll make things a little bit easier. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat. Friction fit and all that hoopla. This will go back in here. This end cap goes there. Actually, let me get this catch around it. Okay. And then this. Come on now. Okay, there. Then this will go here. Alrighty. That fits in, snaps in. Do declare. I believe this is ready, I think. Hopefully. I am still annoyed with this priming on not being where it's supposed to go. Okay, wait. Okay. We'll just kind of jam it in like that, I suppose. I prefer for things to go smoothly. I might adjust tolerances a bit later. For now, let us get everything together again. Okay, if you're going to be difficult like that. Alright guys, I couldn't be more happy. It works. It's working very well, and I am, when you go, let's just say, when you go from a point where you're having to, like, thrash back the system just to get it to catch, to being able to just, you know, it's a good feeling, to say the least. Sorry, let me just down. But yeah, I can definitely feel. You can feel just from that pop and stuff. Definitely why they recommend having the air restrictor in. So I'm gonna set this bad boy to the side for now. And we're gonna put my friends back together. I'm gonna actually this one. Alright, we got 3 springs. You know what? I'll put the retaliator one. I can always go in. You can always go in through the back. Kind of. You can kind of. I don't recommend it heavily. But every once in a while, you can, you know, if you're only doing it like once, you can go in through the back and, essentially just swap out a spring quick if you need to do it like once or twice. I might do that to just test the different levels of power. Okay, so next order of business is this. I can't just let the oil do its thing. It needs to be taken out and fixed. So, game plan. Where did that screw go that I was using? Nope, this is a different one. However, it should serve our purposes just about the same. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a screw. I might shave it down, but my goal is to essentially widen this pivot point here, so it's a looser fit. And by doing so, I can obviously, there it is. By doing that again, I can obviously, you know, it'll wiggle, and the spring will have more power than the friction. Actually, let me, actually, favorite word of the day, apparently. I want to see, the smallest drill bit I have is, it's about the same size. I'm not going to try lining it, but I'm just going to, if I wiggle it around in there, actually, this is a loose fit. Is the spring not powerful enough? That would be bad. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what would cause there to be extra friction. It might be the spring. However, we're going to go in with this bit. And I'm just gonna wiggle it around a little bit just to make the tolerances a little bit looser, and then we'll put it back in and see what it does. All right, it's been loosened. That's a funny word, loosened. Not really. I was just thinking other things, but I mean, it seems a bit looser. I mean, it might be if I just shave down some other things. Hold on. We're gonna put it in without the spring and see if there's friction, because I'm assuming my next thing is that between the bottom of this here and this piece, there's a lot of friction, and I think that might be causing some problemos. Okay, so I believe I have figured it out, because I am a mad genius. It's not between this piece and this piece. It's between this little area right. It's between this and this wall. So, easy fix for that. We're just going to do a little bit of sanding down on that wall, because, and not on, the reason why not on this piece is because it's too thin. Alright, guys, so it works. I shaved it down. It is working. Obviously not as good as if it were original, but it will hold the dirt in. So that is a win for this. We have done it, essentially. So without further ado, I'm going to put in that. And I did deduce that from what I was looking at, that yes, this is in fact a lock, so you do not need it. Another thing I'm going to probably do in a second is sand down the piece on the access door. Alright, guys, they are done, and I couldn't be happier, to be honest, that everything is working. This one, even still with the vertical foregrip priming, it's a bit crunchy, so I might grease it. Probably will grease it, but for now, it is working. This one is also working. I put the stock spring back in because with the other two, I was getting some catching issues. Still am occasionally, but this one is providing the least amount of catching issues with the stock spring. So I figured I'd put it, I'd keep it in. So yeah, I mean, you know, they will fire. Fires very nicely, very poppy, very snappy. So yeah, don't really have anything else to add at this point, except to thank you very much for watching, and I mean it, considering this is my first video. And yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole, if you like what you see, subscribe, although I kind of just did it by saying that, but you know at this point, if you know at this point how this whole YouTube thing works. So yeah, I'll say this. I will say, if you did like this extremely long video, just stay tuned and keep an eye out for the next one, which hopefully will be coming next week. I'm gonna try and do a weekly video schedule. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and bye.